They say trouble comes in pairs, and here I was with the first shoe in front of me.
Hello.
Waiting for the other to drop. And let me tell you, this one was tight-laced and had a vicious tongue.
A deep sleeper? A goddamn deep sleeper? It is 8 o'clock at night and I've been standing out here for an hour. Well, I'm sorry to interrupt your me time, Mr. Detective, but someone wants to kill me and no one seems to care.
Now, you'll find I'm a caring sort when I've time to get up to speed. So why don't you settle down and tell me your problem, Miss,
Verona. It's just Verona. And calm right down. I find a goddamn death threat in my purse and this freaky looking sword thing. And you want me calm?
Huh. Now that is interesting. A death threat and a decoration. Might I see them, Miss Verona?
That's why they sent me to you. I showed the officer at the desk. He said you'd help. Look, I went out last night with the girls, went through my purse for my keys this morning, and there they were. The letter, the cross thing, were there last night, and honest, this has got me shook up, Detective. Real shook up.
Oh, then you just let old Fabian take a look-see. See what shakes out.
I love the way we talk. See what shakes out. It's not like that at all, but you know what I'm saying. The Cross of St. James again. We saw it in the 2020s at Pandora's death, but also back in the old days, each time at a murder scene. So Verona was threatened by a killer, or thought she had been. We have this mysterious killer. The evidence was the killer was mortal, so that supported the Santiago theory. Gideon Hall, skill of lifting surface thoughts from the minds of others, which can be a mite uncanny. I've inherited a little bit of it, but he was the master. Then we've got Blood Sisters the Night Out. A dame called Verona was giving me an earful one evening. She'd been sent to my door by the beat cops who figured her problem should land on me. She'd had a death threat letter, another Cross of St. James, and one heck of an attitude. I figured I had to follow it up. It had to be linked to the other killings. Verona had been on a night out. I figured the malicious missive had been slipped into her purse somewhere along the route. Cigarette girl Marla. I think this is all cleared up right now. In hindsight, it's as if someone was mocking me with Pandora's death, setting me up to remember poor Marla. She was the original one. And then here, where was Verona? Where has she been? And who sent a death threat?
Now this was familiar.
Spirits touch to gain insight from objects and bodies. Yes.
Hello there, my little parchment pal. You got words to spill?
I am a death threat detective. That is my sole purpose, and all that you will get from me.
Nice choice of font and layout. A little fancy?
Why, yes. The seriousness of a matter is often best conveyed by a touch of formality. Just to make it clear, there'll be no messing around. And you see, I come from a quality printer. No smudging of ink or any little black lines. Which is, of course, the minimum standard in a well-phrased ultimatum.
Ha! Of course. Good quality paper, but I see a few marks.
The finest thick cardstock as befits my role as a harbinger of doom. A few marks, I'll grant you, but I was folded very carefully. But then, alas, unceremoniously crammed into a purse filled with whatever junk the youngsters feel a need to carry. Not to mention the clear imprint I endured from the metal ornament that was my companion in travel.
The Cross of St. James. Pandora and cigarettes, sure, but he's still scratching at the armor of my think tank trying to get in.
Might I hazard a guess, Detective? Was there not a case back when you were young? The gutter press called it the Rebar Killer.
No, so there was. But that was a long time ago. That case is cold as a corpse. Or I thought it was. Many thanks, Loquacious Letter. I'll talk to my boss, Benny. See if something is getting reheated.
Of course, Detective. Remember that one should always put one's stock in the paperwork.
A lot of puns.
That's the truth. The SPD do love to fill their filing cabinets. I should rattle a few drawers too. See if any old bones fall out. That's quite a perfume you have there. Tangy, bitter, Late nights and morning regrets.
Now, listen. I had to endure degradations to bear my message, you know. Dragged through smoke-filled dens, spattered with malt beer. Ugh.
Huh. So Miss Verona picked you up in a bar, then?
How dare you? Yeah, I mean, yes, I suppose so.
Well, thank you, mysterious missive. I gotta blow the dust off the Rebar killer case and grill our girl about her favorite hangouts. Message received and understood.
Thank you, Paper. Love you. Okay. So, death threat is directed kind of fancy, smells like stale beer. Verona had been on a night out. I figured the malicious missive had been slipped into her purse somewhere along the route. We have the death threat, thick cardstock. The words are printed in elegant font. You spent your lifetime in unworthy pursuits with those who sin against nature. Your actions have earned your punishment. Make your peace. This is your last night on Earth. This has been at all of our crime scenes, the rebar forced into the ground. I guess the availability of building materials hasn't changed much in 100 years. Cross of St. James. That's normal. The rebar killer. Evidence was the killer was mortal. Okay, so sometimes I don't add it to the bottom. When Verona approached me with another metal cross and a death threat, I knew we were on to a serial killer who seemed to be back in business after 100 years. Okay, this is cool.
The Rebar Killer. I'd heard that name many, many years before. If I remembered it right, in our world, he was Santiago, a hunter of kindred. What did that have to do with Verona?
Exactly.
The folks would have... I wondered if Verona had remembered Seattle PD, full of drunks, bums, and deadbeats. And then there's... I wondered if Verona
I see. It's switching every time.
else from her big night out. Dashed Verona in interrogation. I figured I should Seattle visit, since I did have questions for her.
Interrogations. Let's go.
Any news, detective? You've caught him, right?
The law takes its sweet time, Miss Verona, but it makes the dessert all the sweeter. From the letter, I deduce you were in a bar last night, right?
Well, I did say I was out with the girls. Being honest, it's kind of a blur. But if you're gonna tell me I wrote the letter myself, I will not believe you.
Oh, I'm certain you couldn't do that, even sober. Some of these words are multisyllabic.
Well, exactly. But anyway, we had fun. We hit up a few places, the usual, you know. Oh God, I didn't text any of the girls to let them know I got home. And I'm out of charge. Now I know there's a killer, but I need to go.
No, you're chilling.
These friends of yours, are they the same ones who let a stranger violate the inner sanctum of your purse? Trust me, you are much better off here. And remember, our coffee is free of charge.
Well, all right, fine. At least you have Wi-Fi.
So I'm told. Plus, this frees me to focus on locating your tormentor and putting him safely behind bars. Strong, unbendable iron bars, which he is unlikely to be able to use in any kind of murder attempt.
What?
Never mind. Do you recall which dens of dissolution you visited? Bar chits, bills, outstanding tabs?
Why, detective? Do I look like a girl who has to pay for her own drinks? Let me think. There were a couple of dives, but we were trying to get into the fancy places too. I guess we started off at the Glacier for cocktails, but I think we were gonna try and get into the Makom later. We heard it's real exclusive. Like they don't even have a list. The bouncer knows you by sight.
Until later, Miss Verona.
To the Makom. Now,
Seattle PD, full of drunk.
Let's check these police records. I could feast here on this guy, right? But we might need other... We might want to use the other powers first before we do. Holding, processing, interrogating, locker rooms, weapons locker. Here we go.
I had an agreement with Bob. He would ignore all my requests and I'd never ask him for anything. I'd do my own research. I found that asking the cabinets real nicely would make all the difference.
Okay, so I need the objects one. Forgetful Mind, meeting them, fast forward. Yeah, okay. So I will go feed. Excuse me, friend.
What's the word, Wilbur?
So good, baby.
Hey, come closer for a moment.
Let it suck. Suck like a little mother sucks.
I would love to see the voice acting recording of this.
Well, thank you. You won't miss it. Keep it real, Neil.
Lemony, lemony, musbus.
Lemony, lemony, musbus. Love you. Bye. Fast forwarding. Fast forwarding. It's going a little too fast.
Well, if it isn't my favorite Flatfoot, I knew you'd crawl back to me.
Hey, Philomena, you got me. I never can resist a well-packed set of suspension files.
So what is it today, Detective? A little dalliance with my dispatches? A thumb through my probation log?
Any word on D.B. Cooper?
Let's go there.
The usual. A fresh note from Mr. Sator filed under unverified tips. This one says, Cooper's true objective was not the money, but a small, insignificant briefcase stowed in the cargo hold. The briefcase contained technology vital to the timeline's integrity. At precisely 8:13 p.m., a portal opened, allowing Cooper to slip into the future. The light turbulence was merely a side effect.
If only they knew.
Let's go into these.
Got anything new on the ghost ferries?
Now, we do have a letter here from one Captain Salty, alleging that the spectral boats are military. He says here there's an underwater base deep under Puget Sound. Enemy scientists are running aquatic time travel experiments. Apparently, it's a prelude to the second Canadian invasion. He claims the first one already happened.
I guess he got something right. Anything that screams Bean Illuminati?
It's been quiet on that front. Too quiet. You do say they're always watching.
Well, they are always wide awake and a bit jittery. Looking to heat up an old cold one. Know anything about the Rebar killer?
Why, Detective, I did not expect someone to rattle my drawers so thoroughly this early in the evening.
Oh, you know I always try to be gentle. What have you got?
You'll have to forgive me. It's a little dusty around my fundament. But I do have a little
I
something.
love it.
Now that is interesting. Someone's been here before you.
Who?
Oh, sure. There are news clippings, side notes, dockets, and warrants, all marked for your man. All in 1925. But the main case file, that's been lifted. Frankly, I feel violated.
What have you got on the killer without the case file?
A skeleton in my cupboard. The bones of a Storian. The flesh is missing. A series of mob hits in early 1925. Turf war, the funny papers call it. A clear out of local persons of interest to the police, and to those who serve hooch by the gallon. Same MO every time. Cold construction steel through the heart and a swift chop to the neck. A 5-week sensation of slaughter, and then it all dries up in a record heat wave and a crackdown on bootlegging. No one ever found the heads. Huh.
Here we go.
I'll see you later.
Oh, Detective, you just use me. You never even stay for breakfast.
Quit sexualizing me. Okay, well, I feel like I should go back and feed just so that we're full up. We have all of our options available. And then we'll get out of here.
How's it hanging, Harry?
Sing a lullaby.
Believe me, buddy, you don't want to hear my singing voice. I do believe you're my vintage.
Yes, make another hole of bliss, a head hole with a little kiss.
I knew you were a man of taste. See you soon, Boone.
Love you, Mom.
Okay, let's GTFO. All right,
I
the
went down to
Dutchman.
the Dutchman for a word with Silky and to find my beer was cheap at the hole in the wall, and mortals did appreciate that. I figured it was worth checking there.
So it does seem like most things were leading to Makom, right? Just seeing if there's anything in here. Signature move is leaving the metal cross. That's cool. Okay. So we have the Rebar thing. The signature move of the Vampire Hunter, called by us Santiago, but known to the mortal world as the Rebar Killer for obvious reasons. Guess the availability of building materials, that's fine. She reckons she started at the Glacier and planned to head for the Makom, but she doesn't strike me as the most reliable of narrators. Okay, so with that information, let's go
Verona said
to the Glacier and just see where this takes us. Do I have another way out of here? I don't think so. I think I have to go up through here.
Well, look who crawled out of their pit. What happened to the alarm clock Smithy got you?
It was a mite overzealous. I traded it to a buddy for an Everly Brothers single and a 1978 World Almanac.
Of course you did. You need something?
Any hot precinct gossip?
Your boss is in a good mood.
That is news. Any idea what's ringing Benny's bell?
Who can say? Maybe a kitten died or an orphanage burned down.
What's spinning, Wheeler?
You need new material, buddy.
Get it?
Nothing much, though. Fender benders, drunks, and me catching up on my backlog.
Season 3 of High School Detective?
Yeah. Just got to where Tammy has a run-in with the study buddies. Hell of a plot twist.
Stay safe, George.
Don't freeze.
Buy wheels.
cold night. I decided to visit a few places Verona might have stumbled out of.
So in these sequences, I've heard some feedback. People don't love the Fabian stuff, but I mean, I just kind of take it as a bit of a palate cleanser. And you do get to move through the area pretty quickly, but it does seem like there's less. Obviously, we're not hunting stuff using a bunch of cool powers and everything, but it is cool to piece all these cases together, in my opinion. So we'll continue doing them.
The great and the good of old Seattle. A catalog of those caught in Mistress Lou's net before she took early retirement.
Don't recognize any of them.
Decking the halls, Still a couple of weeks to Christmas. Lou always liked the big party back in the day.
Do you have business at our establishment, sir?
Seattle PD. And yes, I do have business. I'm trying to trace someone's movements.
Do go ahead, sir. The faster I can expedite your egress, the better for all.
I don't know much about birds of prey, but there was a young lady here last night with her friends. Name of Verona.
Ah, yes, that one. Let me save you some time. She and her party were ejected in the small hours for extreme intoxication.
Sounds like a blast.
The language she used was not appropriate for our establishment. Neither were her gestures, nor her choice of urination receptacle. I am only grateful that I did not, in fact, witness her movements.
Okay. We exhausted a lead.
Did you hear what they were talking about?
It is not my place to eavesdrop on our clientele, sir. That said, I believe the entire hotel will be aware of which show tunes Miss Verona cannot, in fact, sing.
Ouch. Well, at least she was in a good mood. Anything strike you as fishy last night?
No more than usual, sir. We are often afflicted with inebriates.
I'm sorry to hear that. They tell me you can get a cream for it. I better be going. I need to feed the egress.
May you find joy in it, sir.
Okay, well that was not that helpful.
The spirit of goodwill and charity, as evidenced by the richest of Seattle. Everything looks festive, but all just for show.
Okay, so that didn't work. Let's go make them.
Just stand a moment and close your eyes. Let the clamor of the city wash over you.
Who are you? The rapture is nigh.
It will all mean nothing.
The world's still here. I was hoping you could fit me in your schedule.
The blessedness surrounds us all, my dearest detective.
I hope you're here when I get back. Hope we're all here.
We should ascend together. Do come back to me.
Huh, what is that?
Verona.
Shelby has made her money in stocks and shares, Campbell's kind of big business. I have no idea what her moment of revelation was, but she was convinced the end of the world was coming, but it was an end to be desired. We'd all been taken up together into the group mind. I wasn't sure that left space for the walking lifeless like me. She was someone I could rely on if I needed a little pick-me-up. Huh. Okay, so the Glacier staff remember her and they threw her out sometime after midnight.
Be released from your daily toil. Accept the coming peace.
Maybe she's like a mainstay in these flashbacks.
Good evening to you, Patrick. How's my favorite portal security operative?
Uh-oh. Something up? Need to see the boss?
No. I reckon you're the right man for the moment. I need your memory. In particular, the memory of a woman named Verona. Name ring a bell?
You usually make it tougher. That one's easy. She owes me for dry cleaning. Tried to talk her way in, but she couldn't form a sentence, so I told her no. Then she puked on me. Nice girl.
Okay, did she have a purse?
Did you notice if she had a purse with her?
Seriously? She vomited on my second best pair of pants. That's all I remember. And it's not a fragrant memory. You need anything else, or can I get back to the job I enjoy so much?
No. You have your duties to attend to, and your laundry.
Okay, well that didn't work out great, did it? She definitely made it to Makom. The barman was still laundering his pants. What? Threw out sometime after midnight. So maybe she started here.
Something else?
No, thank you, Mr.
No, okay. All right, well, hole in the wall is close by.
From darkness and despair will come transfiguration.
Oh, I bet.
All is well. I need to find a better spot.
Just need a big score.
Ooh, hello. Busy.
A few Union Johnnies having a cold one, maybe.
Can you spare a moment for a few questions?
SPD, right? Yeah, go ahead. Quieter tonight. Not like last night. Man, that was a mess.
Go on.
So what happened last night? Anything that stands out?
There was this one guy hanging out by the pool table. He was kind of creeping on a group of girls, you know, watching but never getting too close. The boss said he tried to warn him off, but this guy was hopped up on something real intense, scary. Boss called me for backup, but by that time the guy had gone.
Thanks. That's useful.
Here we got a new lead. Creepy guy.
Beer.
So the bartender at the Hole in Wall said Verona had been creeped on by some guy. I'm betting that's our letter giver. But do we have anything by the pool table? We must. Oh, I need to ask it, I think.
Good view of where Verona was sitting from here.
So, tell me, Pockets.
Pockets, yeah, nice.
Could be any bar in any city, but you stroll right into mine, detective.
There was a guy spent some time around you. Kind of a creep. You remember anything?
Now, how would I remember? Scores on the chalkboard are my only way of keeping a tally. Unless you're talking beer, sweat, and tears, detective. This rough green holds its share of history, as I'm sure you know.
That's a fact. Talk to me of beer, sweat, and tears, Pockets.
Oh, must you only focus on my flaws? It's hardly fair.
Oh, they ain't flaws. It's the little wrinkles that make you beautiful, and the memories they hold. For example, last night.
Well, I blush to say it, but my current perfume is that of day-old spilled beer. That and something else. Just a touch of dirt and fresh concrete.
That whiff of fresh concrete. It's faint, but...
Oh, darn it. I reckon I've got something on my leg. Some varmint has smeared me with dirt, detective. Soil, concrete, and just a touch of
steel and plastic and the heady aroma of porta potty. Our target came from a building site. But which one?
Well, that makes sense.
Oh, now wait.
With all the rebar.
I'll lay odds it was the Western reconstruction site. Not too far and inhabited by anarchs, ghouls, and other lowlifes. Thanks, Pockets. Reckon I'll go digging.
I'd say don't get into any fistfights, detective. But honestly, I don't think you have the balls.
Well played. Well played.
Someone had a good night. Unless they were playing hearts. Blip, bloop, bleep, bloop, plop. Never did get it. I did once win $100 from a one-armed bandit, but he died soon after. I used to like these things back in the day. Nowadays, it's press a button, put your hands over your ears. The piano was more out of tune than Herbert Hoover, and probably as old.
Anybody else?
The hole in the wall needed a few dark corners. Younger kindred did like spaces to brood.
Okay, so if we're gonna go somewhere else, looks like we're gonna go
I headed
here.
down to the old Western Corp headquarters, a site plagued by construction woe. I went down to the Dutchman for a word with Silky.
Maybe what I'll do is go to the Dutchman just to double check if there's any leads that would lead us one way or another, but it seems like we're pretty solid. I'll feed on somebody too so I can talk to the objects. That seems to be pretty consistently important.
Kinda creepy out here.
Am I right next to that? Yeah, I am. Oh, is this my police station guy?
I went down to the...
We'll go to this guy instead. My bad. Inside the Dutchman makes way more sense. Biker bars. I fit in here. Okay, so the stalker has been hanging around the construction site. The clues led me to the Western Reconstruction site. Whoever had snuck a death threat into her purse were able to do... they were something to do with the Western Reconstruction site, or I'd eat my boots. Well, we're going to confirm, okay?